Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Zera Shimshon shir. We skipped a week because Chol Hamoed, who's going to listen anyway. So, back to Shmini, Parshat Shmini, and it is. I know it's. I know which day it is in Hebrew. It's in English. It's the 24th of April. So we'll leave it at that. May you figure out what it is, and tonight is the 12th day of the Omer. Okay, so it's 12 days and 5 days, and 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks and 5 days. Okay. Why switch the order? So this is a little piece of Vayomer Moshe el Aaron, Hu asher diber Hashem le'emor b'koivai akadesh v'alpenei chol ha'am achabed v'yidoim Aaron. So Moshe said to Aaron, of this did Hashem speak, saying, I will be sanctified through those who are nearest to me, and I will be honored before the entire people. And Aaron was silent. Rashi comments, Moshe said to Aaron, Aaron, my brother, I knew that the house, which the Mishkan, would become sanctified through those intimate with the omnipresent. I love that word, omnipresent. It's all-inclusive, right? I was under the impression that it would become sanctified either through me or through you. Now I see that they are greater than me and you. Nice, comforting words for dead sons, right? Rashi continues, and Aaron was silent. He was rewarded for his silence. What reward did he receive? That the speech of God was directed to him alone, that the section of the Torah that deals with those intoxicated by wine was related to him alone. That's Pasuk in Vayikra. Now, Rashi comments, and I will be honored before an entire people. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu carries our judgment against the righteous, he is feared, exalted, and lauded. And it is that, if that is the case, then with these righteous, all the more so regarding the wicked. Likewise, it says, God is feared from your sanctuary. Pasuk in Tehillim 68. One of the longer ones, right? Do not read Mikdashecha from your sanctuary, but rather read Mikdushasecha from your sanctified ones. Question, why did Rashi explain the words V'yidam Aaron and Aaron fell silent before explaining the words Ve'al Penei Chol Ha'am Ekaved? I will be honored before the entire people. After all, the words V'yidam Aaron are written only at the end of the pasuk. And so why does Rashi change the order? Zera Shimshon explains that Rashi specifically chose to put his explanation of the words V'yidam Aaron in close proximity to the words Hu asher diber Hashem. Of this did Hashem speak, which were the first words he explained in the pasuk. Rashi wanted us to understand that Aaron HaKohen's pain stemmed from his concern that his sons had died because of their sin. He was worried that although on the surface Nadav Avihu had appeared to be genuine tzaddikim, perhaps their inner selves and their outer selves were not actually the same. Maybe they weren't as righteous as they appeared. Moshe Rabbeinu understood his brother and knew that what was troubling him. He therefore pointed out to Aaron that Hashem had specifically used the words Bekarvai Akadesh, I will be sanctified through those who are nearest to me. And that Rashi explains he understood from the tragedy that happened that Aaron's sons were even greater than both of them. That it was through his sons that Hashem was sanctified rather than through Aaron and Moshe. Once Moshe explained this to his brother, that Aaron fell silent. Why? Why has he fell silent? After he heard his brother's words and accepted his explanation, he felt a certain level of comfort, which eased his immediate pain. On the other hand, Moshe's words, I will be honored before the entire people, contain no comfort for Aaron. On the contrary, they would only make Aaron feel worse. Even if what Moshe Rabbeinu was saying was true, Nadav and Avihu were very close to Hashem. The rest of the nation did not necessarily know of their close relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom. This being the case, the nation would naturally seek to blame their deaths on their sin. They would say that Hashem punished them for entering the Mishkan improperly, a thought process that would cause great embarrassment to Aaron's sons. Rashi therefore put Moshe's explanations Vayidamarin in the close proximity to the words Hu Asher Diber Hashem, to show that this was the real reason for their deaths. The reason for Aaron's ability to be silent was he once understood that Hashem felt that his sons were even greater than he and his brother. When Aaron grasped that the real reason for their deaths was so that Mishkan could be sanctified with those intimate with Hashem, he was able to find peace and ease with his tremendous pain. Rashi then added the rest of Moshe's words to his brother, explaining that even if the nation would say that they died on account of their sin, as we could still learn from the idea of Kiddush Hashem for the tragedy. As Rashi explains, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu carries out judgment against the righteous, he is feared and exhausted and lauded. And that is a tremendous Kiddush Hashem indeed. So says the Zera Shimshon in our Parshat at the end of Ois Dalet. Okay, so have a wonderful Shabbos, everybody. I hope this wasn't too long. 6 minutes. Okay, call to 6 minutes and 13 seconds. 613 Torah Avenue. Bye.